It's time for some stories from Am I the Butthole? Who is the butthole? You decide. Am I a butthole for flinging my neighbor's dog crap at her house? My neighbor has a little yappy dog that every day takes a dump on my front yard. I have asked her many times to keep her dog off my lawn, or at least pick up the poop. Yet, every day the dog is allowed to crap on my front yard. So today I had enough. I took her dog's crap, put it on a shovel, walked over to her house and chucked it at her front door. She came over to my house saying I was an asshole for throwing the poop onto her house. I said she was an asshole for letting the dog poop on my front yard every day. She threatened to call the cops. I told her go ahead, I will press trespass charges because every day she comes and lets her dog dookie on my yard. My family says what I did was an asshole move, but I was fed up. Am I the butthole? Am I a butthole for kicking my neighbor off of my Wi-Fi? I recently had a new neighbor move into the next door apartment. He moved in around 2 months ago. On the first week he was there, I introduced myself and welcomed him to the building and stupidly said if there's anything I can do to help, just let me know. He asked me if he could use my internet, just temporarily until he got his set up. I didn't see any harm in this, so I gave him my Wi-Fi password. Today I got a notification from my internet provider that an adult film company is requesting that my provider give them my contact information, because someone used my IP address to download a copyrighted adult film without paying. There's only one person that could have done this and it wasn't me. I went over to my neighbor's house and knocked on the door. He was there with his girlfriend, just chilling without a care in the world. In front of her, I asked him, why have you been downloading porn on my internet connection? He got all defensive and said he never downloaded porn, to which I replied, well, I sure didn't, and the internet company says someone illegally downloaded some adult movies on my connection and now they might have to give my information to the movie company. His girlfriend started yelling at him, saying you said you would stop looking at that. I told him I'm cutting off your connection, it's way past time you get your own anyway, and left him to deal with his angry girlfriend. He came to my apartment later and told me she left him and that I was a major asshole for airing his dirty laundry in front of his girl. He said I broke the bro code. I asked my friends and they're split. My male friends think I was wrong but my female friends think I did the right thing by letting his GF know. So, am I the butthole? Am I the butthole for eating my brother's prize rooster after he slept with my girlfriend? Some backstory, my brother and I live on a farm. He is 19 and I am 18. He is very tall, handsome and muscular, whereas I am average height and a bit scrawny looking. He has always had two passions in life, chasing after girls and farming. He's always had a girlfriend since he was 14. He's also been raising chickens, specifically roosters, since he was 12. He will enter them in show competitions in the local 4-H club, which is basically an organization that encourages farming and has breeding, raising competitions for animals, such as roosters, hogs, cattle, etc. He has one rooster that is his pride and joy. Last year he won first place in the regional 4-H competition with this rooster. He loves this rooster almost as much as he loves women. Speaking of women, while my brother has always had a girlfriend, I have not been so lucky. Recently I met a girl named Samantha, who I got to know very well. We were friends at first, but eventually I worked up the courage to ask her out on a date and she said yes. We had been dating for about 5 weeks when my brother decided he wanted to make her one of his conquests. He laid on his charm and was able to get Samantha to sleep with him. I came home one day and he was just sitting there, with a big dumb grin on his face. I asked him what was up and he just started singing, I slept with Samantha, I slept with Samantha. Over and over again. This made me so angry. I thought Samantha and I had something and my brother had to go and ruin it. So I decided to make my brother feel the same pain I was feeling. Growing up on a farm, my dad taught me how to prepare chickens for dinner. First you cut off the head, then you pluck the feathers. I took great joy in chopping the head off of my brother's prize rooster. Later that day, my brother comes home and is greeted by me sitting there with a giant grin on my face, a plate of chicken bones in front of me. He looks at me and asks me what's up. I just start singing I ate your rooster, I ate your rooster. He freaks out. He starts looking for the rooster, which is now firmly in my stomach. He starts crying. He tells me it took him 2 years to raise that bird and get it ready for competitions. I could care less. My dad finds out and he is furious at me. He says some chickens are for eating and others are for breeding and I ate a breeding chicken. He grounded me, but nothing for my brother. He says I am a butthole for eating my brother's prized rooster. My dad says women come and go, but a good show rooster is a labor of love. I don't think I did anything wrong here, but my mom agrees with my dad too. Is there a chance I could be the butthole, or is my farming family as crazy as I think they are? Like today's stories? Read more at entitledstories.com and submit your own stories too. You might see your story in a future video.